Hello friends, welcome to my channel Rinku HandCrafts. Today we are going to see how to make Crochet Trinity Stitch, and here you can see how beautiful this pattern is, and it's really easy to make even for beginners, and this tutorial is mainly for beginners. I personally like this stitch because it gives really beautiful look to your project. And here I am using, just for the tutorial, I am using this 100% acrylic yarn. It's 4 medium worsted weight yarn, and the hook size I am using is 5 mm. So let's start. Now to start, first we'll create one slip stitch here. Now for that, hold your yarn like this, twist it, pull up the loop and make one loop here, insert your hook in the loop, and here your slip stitch is ready. Now after this, make chains in even numbers or in multiples of 2. So I'll make total 20 chains here. Now here my 20 chains are done. Now to start our row 1, we are going to do that row in the back loops here. Now here we'll skip our first loop from the hook. This will skip, and in this second one from the back loop we'll start our row 1. So here in this back loop we'll create one single crochet stitch first. So for single crochet, insert your hook in this back loop, then pull the yarn. You have 2 loops on the hook, then pull the yarn from 2 loops. So this is our first single crochet stitch, like this here. And now we are going to do the Trinity stitches here. Now we'll do our first Trinity stitch. Now for that, insert your hook in this loop, the same loop, pull the yarn like this. Now insert your hook in this next back loop, then pull the yarn, keep it on the hook, then again insert your hook in this next back loop, then pull the yarn and keep it on the hook. So here, so like this we are working in 3 stitches at a time or in 3 loops at a time, and when you have 4 loops on the hook, we'll pull the loop from all 4 loops at once, like this. And here our first Trinity stitch is done. This is also called as a single crochet decrease, or you can also call it a single crochet cluster stitch. Now as this is decrease stitch and we need to maintain the height of the row, so we are going to do chain 1 after each Trinity stitch, like this. Keep this chain little bit loose because we are going to work in this chain in the next row. Now here again I am going to do my second Trinity stitch. Now directly insert your hook in the same loop. So here we are doing single crochet stitches, but we are not doing it fully, we are just doing it halfway. So like this, pull the yarn, keep it on the loop, again insert your hook in the next back loop. So this first row is a little bit tough if you are doing, or if you are working in the back loop for the first time. After this we are directly going to work on top of these stitches, so there won't be an issue. So like this, when you have 4 loops on the hook, then pull the yarn through all 4 loops at once. And now to maintain the height of the row, chain 1. Now here again I'll show you one more time, like this. Insert your hook in the same loop, pull the yarn, again here insert your hook in this next back loop here, then pull the yarn, keep it on the hook, then again insert your hook in this next back loop, and then pull the yarn and keep it on the hook. When you have 4 loops on the hook, then pull the yarn through all 4 loops and then make a chain, one chain, to maintain the height of the row. So like this I'll do my Trinity stitches here till I am left with these 2 loops here. So complete this row and meet me back here at the end. And now here I am left with 2 loops here, and I have done chain 1 for this last Trinity stitch. Now here I'll make my last Trinity stitch for the row. So like this, insert your hook in these back loops, then pull the yarn, insert your hook in the back loop, last back loop, and then pull the yarn, then pull the yarn through all loops at once. Now to finish the row, we are not going to chain one here, instead we are doing single crochet stitch in this same loop. So whenever you are completing your row or you are starting your row, you will always do one single crochet stitch. Here also at the start we did one single crochet stitch. Now here you can see this is how our row 1 looks. Here you can see this pattern is really beautiful. Now to start row 2, chain 1 and turn your work like this and pull this yarn and make this chain 1 little bit tight. Only this stitch make tight, and for other stitches keep your yarn or hook a little bit loose or your stitch little bit loose. And this I told you to make it tight because we don't want this chain 1 to poke outside. We just want straight line here at the sides. Now after this, after chain 1, turn your work like this. Now in this first loop we'll make one single crochet stitch to start our row 2 like this. Now here I'll make my first Trinity stitch. Now here insert your hook in this loop, pull the yarn. Now insert your hook below this you can see top of the loop, V loop. Here below that insert your hook, then pull the yarn. Now insert your hook in this next below that V loop and then pull the yarn. When you have 4 loops on the hook, then pull the yarn through all 4 loops at once and then chain 1 to maintain the height of the row. Now here again I'll show you one last Trinity stitch here. And now after these rows, after first row, it's really easy to work in these stitches because we are not working in the back loop, we are directly working in the stitches now. So it's really easy like this. And now I'll complete this row 2 and I'll show you what to do at the end. Now here I am at the end of row 2. Now I'll make my last Trinity stitch and I'll show you how we end rows in this pattern. So like this, when you have 4 loops, pull the yarn and make a Trinity stitch. Now instead of chain 1, we'll make one single crochet stitch here to complete our row like this. Now again you can chain 1 and you can start your row 3, but before that I just want to show you this pattern. Here you can see this pattern, or when you use this stitch in any of your project, then the project looks a little bit heavy or it looks dense. It gives the dense look to your project. Here you can see, and here if you see, right now we have completed just 2 rows, so that's why you might not be able to see it, but here you can see the star pattern here. So it's really beautiful. So like this I'll complete some more rows and then I'll show you how this pattern really looks. And now here you can see I have completed some rows. So this is how you can count the rows. These lines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So I have done 9 rows here, and here you can see how beautiful this pattern looks. Here at the center you can see a little bit star shape of pattern or daisy pattern you can say. And now here at the back side you can see the same pattern. So the projects, if you do with this pattern, the projects will be reversible, so you can use it both ways here like this, because the stitches we are doing on this side, the same stitches we are doing on this side as well. And you can do many different projects with this Trinity stitch, like you can do dishcloths, or you can do crochet blankets, or you can do crochet pouch. There are so many different projects which you can do with this beautiful stitch or beautiful pattern. And here, as I told before, here you can see how dense this project looks. There are no holes or no big holes in the project, so if you are working on such projects which require no holes, then you can definitely go with this stitch. So I hope you liked my video. If you like it, then please give a big thumbs up. Please share my channel with your friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe it. Thank you so much for watching the video. See you soon in the next one.